Welcome back everyone to my IDC 40 run. This is the top cut group stage where I'm up against Otto at the top of the screen, who is playing Light Dark Fire Nature Survivors, and I'm at the bottom of the screen playing Light Water Dark Hydro Hurricane with Gigazald. I get to win the die roll, and I'm gonna go first, putting a Miraculous Flake into the mana zone. I am thinking here of charging the Belix, but honestly that's kind of dangerous against the deck that uses Soul Swap. But he is also using fire removal, so I kinda get why I'm trying to hold on to Petrova. But still the risk is not worth it, especially when Soul Swap is at 4 and I don't exactly know how much fire removal he's playing. So yeah, even he's saying bruh. Maybe it wasn't the wisest thing to do, because yeah, now I'm just gonna swap the Bilex and essentially set myself back. And yeah, well, at least I have a Palolysis on the field as well. Yeah, so that Soul Swap essentially turned this game into a game where he goes first instead, because he lost a card from hand and I lost one of my mana moved to the hand, so yeah. And for some reason I played Energy Stream instead of Cranium Clamp, which I find to be rather odd. Maybe it's because I know he has Survivors, which like Grave Worm, which can just get back the Survivors. I remove with Cranium Clamp. Yeah, it's also rather unfortunate that I didn't see Gigabalza or Miraculous Snare for Mistrias. Otto is thinking of these 3 cards, and I guess he's probably just gonna keep a creature that he can play for the Mistrias effect. So yeah, it's gonna get rid of Lost Soul and Sky Sword over there. Even if I didn't do this misplay with Belix charge on turn 3, I still think I would have. Well, I'm not so sure, because then I would have had a Gigaslag with for the Gigazald summon on turn 5, so there is a possibility I would have been in a much better situation. And yeah, he's gonna play Slash Charger, getting rid of one of my own Mistrias from the deck. At this point I could play Hydro Hurricane just to send back 2 cards from his mana zone to try to set him back a little bit. And yeah, that's also the reason why I don't play 2 copies of Belix like some people suggest, because it's so easy for the opponent to just swap something out for them if you charge them, so you have to set yourself back in mana, and that's not ideal. I would probably just charge the Gigazald and play Hydro Hurricane to set him back in mana for now. I don't know if I would charge the Pyrolysis. Because I'm in the position where I have to defend myself, so an extra black on the field could help me build a wall that could perhaps hold him at bay. But I do anyway, so I'm just gonna use Hydro to give him back the factory and Gargantua. Yeah, it's just gonna play Grave Worm, and I finally get a Miraculous Snare, which I can use on the Mistrias over there, and yeah, this is why I should have charged the... I mean, if I didn't charge the Pala, I wouldn't have an extra light mana for it anyway, so... yeah. And there's the Factory Shell. He's got his Survivor engine online with both the Grave Worm and the Factory. So I don't see myself winning this game anymore. So yeah, I'm just gonna play Pyrolysis after Pyrolysis. Just gonna play Forbos here now. Getting Holio out of the deck. So even if I did have like Petrova boosting Guardian with 4 Pyrolysis on the field, he would still have the Holio to, yeah, to get through the wall. Yeah, I'm just gonna give him some expensive stuff back from the mana zone here. So yeah, next turn I can summon another Pyrolysis and a Petrova to boost Guardians. Or maybe I'll just use Miraculous Snare on one of the Survivors and also play a third Pyrolysis. And I'm just gonna get rid of Forbos, so at least he cannot grab spells from the deck. And yeah, there's the Petrova boosting Pyrolysis, but even with 3 Pyrolysis, Petrova is gonna be at 9.5k, and I Holio Gargantua, I can still kill it with 1 Smash Horn boosting it. And yeah, it's just gonna spam the field with all these Smash Horns and even discard my Gigazald here. Not sure how I can prevent him from... Not sure how I can prevent him from winning, given that he has both a Gargantua and a Holio in his hand. Here's a 4-boss grabbing the slash charger. And he's approaching 12 mana, at which point he can literally just play Gargantua and also Holio at the same time. So I'm just gonna play Miraculous Plague, I suppose. But that's only gonna delay the inevitable, it's not gonna do too much. And yeah, these are the scenarios where a lost soul would be devastating, but this build is trying to go for the more early disruption route. And yeah, there's the Gargantua, and next turn he can use Holio. He could even think about attacking now. There's another blocker, and yeah. There's the Holio, now you can just literally go for all the shields. I do have a Terror Pit, but it's not gonna do anything, so we're just gonna go on to the second game. Okay, like I was saying, we're gonna go into the second game. My recording got cut. I pressed some button by accident and it just decided to stop it completely. But yeah, now we're on to the second game where I am on the play yet again. I lead with a Paralysis because he is playing fire in his deck, so I want to increase the power of my Mistrias. And I will charge the Ice Vapors because they're not amazing in this matchup. Terror Pit can get rid of Mistrias at least. But he does have the swap for his Mistrias. And here is where I have to decide whether or not I wanna bounce his Mistrias or if I wanna summon my own Mistrias. And I think setting up my Mistrias here is correct, even though I do give him a draw with his own Mistrias. And here I have to decide if I wanna play Petrova to boost my Mistrias or if I wanna use Miraculous Snare on his Mistrias right now. I could also charge Petrova, play Solgala and Miraculous Snare at the same time and just hope he doesn't have Rebirth in his hand. But yeah, yet again I didn't see turn for discard or Miraculous Snare before I summoned my own Mistrias, so it is what it is. And yeah, I'm just gonna play Petrova, and that's gonna boost my Mistrias above the Rebirth range, but I'm also gonna give him a draw, so I don't think that was wise given how many Soul Swap and Terror Pit he plays in his deck anyway. Now especially if he plays Soul Swap, he can swap out my Mistrias for a creature and he's gonna get a draw for that. I think I was respecting Rebirth a bit too much here, and when I should have focused on removing his own Mistrias immediately. So the lesson here is respect rebirth if you can afford to, but if your opponent is presenting a big threat that could generate a lot of advantage, you need to get rid of that ASAP. And yeah, I think that's gonna cost me, because now, if I remember, he's gonna play a Soul Swap for my Mistrias, which is also gonna give him a draw at the same time. At least I get a draw from this Bellix. But yeah, now he's getting an extra draw. Okay, he forgot to draw from my own Laura Giga. I'm not sure if it's gonna matter too much. At the very least, I can play a Miraculous Plague here. Get rid of Bellix and Mistrias. Set him back a little bit. Yeah, not sure what I wanna give him from the mana zone, however, maybe the smaller survivors, probably. Or I could potentially give him... Yeah, I gave him the Blazosaur. I guess he wants to keep the fire mana. And yeah, there's the Mistrias again, and I'm gonna snare it right away and also play a Gigabalza to discard a Soul Swap, which is not too bad. Let's see if he has another Mistrias or maybe the Factory Shell. Honestly, I think I should have played the Terror Pit on the Mistrias, because the snares are much better against his survivors that can generate advantage, like Factory Shell and Grave Worm. And now this Terror Pit won't really be useful outside of that. I could think about playing Hydro Hurricane here and just going for shields. That may just be my only play at this point. I think I would just give him back Factory and Mistrias, to be honest. I don't think I would give him Lost Soul, because he has a Bellix, so now he would be able to just summon Bellix and get back and not have to worry about getting mana. But to be honest, I do have a Terror Pit in hand, so maybe that's why I do this. And okay, doesn't summon Bellix for some reason there. Yeah, I'm just gonna play Laura Giga to just protect Gigabalza and Petrova some more. I do break into a trigger, unfortunately, which is a Locomotiver, which is gonna discard the Miraculous Snare, so maybe holding on to Laura Giga would have been better, although I don't think I knew he was... Yeah, I did know he was playing Locomotive from last game. It's gonna have a soul sub for Sky Sword. And also Grave Worm to get back Smash On from the grave. At least I can now evolve the Gearballs to be outside of the range of Rebirth or something, so that's something at least. Unfortunately, I do break into a Terror Pit, which is gonna get rid of it, and now it's only Petrova left to break shields. At the very least, all of his soul subs are gone, so he would have to summon Sky Swords manually to generate more shields. I think his best bet is to summon a bunch of Smash Horns just to increase the power of his survivors. Oh yeah, Locomotive also to get rid of my card and Smash Horn. He could, yeah. I'm just gonna play a clown there and he's gonna get rid of some unnecessary cards. But yeah, he kinda has to play Holy O here to kill the Petrova, and once he does that, pretty much finished. He only needs some more Blazo and Smasher on the field, and then just play Holy O to kill everything on my field. Yeah, he's gonna play a Sky Sword there and even a Bronze Tribe. And now I'm gonna play another Petrova, and my only hope here is he doesn't have Holio, but he probably does. He can even just play one of the 4 boss, search for it and play it on the same turn. Now it's gonna evolve into Gargantua and it's gonna be able to run over Petrova. At the very least he was only able to kill one of the Petrovas there. So yeah, I'm gonna take the last shield and now he's gonna need another Holio maybe. And unfortunately for me, he does have a 4 boss here, which he can use to grab the second Holio out of his deck, and now he can just kill the other Petrova as well. Okay, so he's gonna kill the Petrova, and the Smash On can now kill the Paralysis, and now he can use his other creatures to kill the rest of the field. So yeah. Now, at least the Gargantua can only break 3 shields, but he can still play 2 more survivors to make it a world breaker, essentially. And he's gonna play Sky Sword just in case I play Holy O, just to be safe. Yeah, I'm just going through the motions, but this game is kinda lost here. Now I can just break all the shields and go for game with Smash on, and yeah, that's gonna be the first match in the top 8 group stage in IDC 40. Unfortunately, I lost. Maybe I could have played a little bit better, especially in the first game. My deck should be on the screen for those of you who are interested, and until next time, see ya.